Hi guys, this video I dedicate most of all to all my friends who are struggling right now with the hips problems, or who, like myself, had hip surgery, whether it is hip resurfacing or total hip replacement. It's a quite serious surgery, and the most difficult part for all of us, I believe, is to come back to the pre-operation or pre-injury state when it comes to the mobility, when it comes to strength and the balance. Some of you have been asking me for exercises. As you may know, I have had 2 hip resurfacing surgeries. One was in 2011, the other one in 2013. And seems like I have been lucky enough to successfully recover from the surgery and regain my strength, my control, not necessarily the range of motion as before the surgery. I think we have to understand that this is a quite invasive operation with the prosthesis, and probably none of us can really come back to the proper pre-operation range of motion. If you can, that's great. In my case, it didn't really happen. However, my strength, my control of the legs, of the movement is great, probably better than ever before. Anyway, lots of you have been asking me about my physiotherapy exercises, my rehabilitation, so I decided to make this video to show you how I recovered from the surgery and what you can do. One important thing which I definitely have to emphasize is that I am not physiotherapist. I don't have qualifications to do physiotherapy exercises. I am, however, a personal trainer. I have been training sports for 30 years, and with my experience, with my own experimental approach and help of my physiotherapist, I managed to recover well. So I share with you my ideas, my exercises, but I take no responsibility for your physiotherapy. You need to consult the physicians, you need to consult a registered physiotherapist to prescribe exercises for you. This is just my help, if I can help you, but please do not treat it like a prescription. So let's go through the exercises. First, the most difficult part for me was that whole hip was sore, so I was not basically able to move much of the leg, but it's essential to keep the blood flow, to keep muscles activating this way or another way. So after the hip surgery, the most difficult movement comes from the hip itself, but it doesn't mean that you cannot exercise. Start with the exercising from your toe side. Bend your toes, extend your toes. Go for the ankle, dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, eversion, rotations, all possible directions. Use it to make the blood flow. The next step is to use movements which you can do when you are still in the bed. Basically, you should start your exercises right after the surgery when you are waken up from the anesthesia. In my case, physiotherapist came the following day and we went for a walk. So in the bed you can still do some exercises. Let me lead you through the movements, and then I can still try to tell you a little bit more about this. What you can do definitely in the bed is moving your toes. Don't focus only on the injured leg or operated leg. Try to use both legs to help with the blood flow. So we go with the full bending, full extension of the toes. I was advised to go 10 times, just 1 round at the beginning, and then I think it's quite fine. What you also can do is go plantar flexion and dorsiflexion. Just move your feet as much as you can, slowly, steadily, hold tension for a short while, one side, the other side. What you can do is to rotate your feet inward, outward, inward, outward. Just make all the muscles around move. Another thing which you are able to do also is circulating your feet, one direction, the other direction. Okay, at the beginning that's probably all what you really can do without feeling too much pain. The next step would be trying to bend your knee.
At the beginning, maybe just few centimeters, but try. One thing what you can do, if you have quite slippery surface, you can just try to lift your knee slightly and pull the heel still on the floor, pull it back, extend, and try to lift your heel. Contract the quadriceps muscles, hold for a while, and again bend and extend. Go only as much as you are able to perform. It's not supposed to be painful, it's still working for your recovery. Okay, to help a little bit, if you find it too hard, I can recommend you a plastic bag, simple plastic bag, which you can use, you can ask somebody, probably it's not so easy to bend the hip, you can ask somebody to put it under your foot, or put your even foot inside the bag, and this allows you to have a little bit easier traction, so you can perform the movement. That's really handy. Okay? So we bend the knee, we extend the knee, easy. The other important direction of the movement is lateral abduction and adduction. Again, at the beginning, I remember in my case, it was very difficult to activate the front of my thigh. I had to use the plastic bag as well. But each day, day by day, you see very quick progression. Okay, as you are getting stronger, probably you will be able to rise your leg from the lying position. You can bring it closer and put it back. Bring it closer and put it back. Now for this video, I simulated my right operated leg, so I performed the movements with the right leg. For the next exercise, try to imagine that this is your left leg, which was operated. So gently, as much as you can, try to turn yourself on the side. And we'll try to lift the leg a little bit up and down. At first, it might be easy if you bend the knee just a little bit up and down. Up and down. As you are getting stronger, you can try to extend the leg more. Nice, steady, smooth movement. Maybe you will be able to go a little bit higher. To affect either side of your thighs, you can use a ball or any other form of resistance. Put it between your legs and try to squeeze gently. Squeeze, hold for a few seconds, relax. Squeeze, hold for a few seconds, relax. Okay. As you are getting stronger, you will probably be able to do a little bit more advanced movements. Now again, let's switch back to my right leg. Imagine this leg was operated, so we try to go with the bridges. At first, you can try to use only one leg movement without emphasizing too much, just gentle stretch, gentle press. Eventually, you can try to bend both knees, and we try to press your heels down to the floor. Rise your hips, slowly put them back. Rise your hips, put them back. Now for the purpose of this exercise, I improvise my crutches. Unfortunately, I don't have my crutches, so maybe it's fortunately, but you can get the idea. So first of all, just walking is already physiotherapy exercise. Use your crutches properly. Again, let's assume that my right leg was operated, and you take step forward with the sick leg together with the crutches. Step forward. At the same time, step forward. At the same time, step forward. And the same walking backwards. Healthy leg, operated leg. Healthy right leg, operated leg. Healthy, operated leg. Okay, that's about the walking. Lateral walks. Same story. We take step to the side, step to the side, come back. Step to the side, come back. The other direction. Crutches follow the operated leg. Okay? Walking walking stairs, excellent exercise. Remember, when you step up, you use first healthy leg, and then you follow with the operated leg. Healthy leg first, operated leg. When you step down, it goes the other way. First you go with the operated leg, then you step down on the healthy leg. Operated leg first, and healthy leg. That's walking down the stairs. If you can walk, that means that you can already try to lift a little bit knee. Either use crutches very firmly, or later on you can just use crutches for the balance, and we work with the rising knee. Forward, forward, gently, as high as you can without feeling too much pain. The same goes for the abduction. Try not to use your trunk, stay firmly, hold your crutches for the balance or some wall, and we go with the lateral rises. The same goes for the back rise. Use your gluteus muscles, not your back. You don't want to use your back for extension, you want to use your back of the hip muscles, gluteus part. Lunges, fantastic exercises. Again, if you need support, put your crutches in the front, step forward, transfer body weight. At the beginning it might be very short movement, but as you are getting stronger you will be able to go further and use less crutches. Front lunge, side lunge, same. Remember to put the crutch for the balance, transfer body weight, come back. Transfer body weight, come back. Same goes for the back step. You can put one crutch behind you, step back, and push yourself back to the initial position. Step back, push yourself to the initial position. As you are getting stronger, you will be able to go lower and lower. Squats, very important. At the beginning, use crutches or wall. As low as you can, and up. Remember to maintain body weight over your heels. Not knees forward, but body weight stays over your heels. Down and up. Use only as much as you can control. Swiss ball, excellent help to do squats. You can put the Swiss ball behind your back, stand next to the wall, and go up and down with the squat position. When it comes to the physiotherapy for the hips, I cannot emphasize enough how beneficial it is water. If you are allowed to go to the pool, all these exercises in the standing position can be done in the water. It works fantastic. You have resistance from all the directions. On top of this, water takes part of the gravity away, so you are a little bit less loading the joints, and it's really healthy, really beneficial. In my case, the last part of the physiotherapy was restoring the balance. If you are able to perform proper squat, proper lunge without help of your crutches, without help of your wall, you can start doing single leg exercises, or you can start doing exercises with the balance board. But this has to be done only if you can really well control basic movements. Okay? Balance board is an excellent tool, which I used in my case to bring back me balance. Standing on both legs, very slowly. Even partial movements are great. Already standing on this is a challenge. If you start adding movements, it's great. It doesn't have to be very deep. At the beginning you can do just part of the movement. Single leg exercises. Again, assume my right leg was operated. Gently. Try to touch as deep as you can and come back. As deep as you can and come back. After a few months you will be able to touch your toe, and that's what you want to aim for. Remember to maintain body weight over your heel. And the last exercise which I can recommend, which I have been using, was, I call it 4-direction touch. You are standing on the operated leg, on the affected leg, and maintaining the balance, you try to tap gently. Floor in the front, in the side, on the back, and slightly behind. Okay, forward, side, back, and behind.
Remember to take very small steps, very small progressions. Don't rush. One another advice which I definitely can recommend to you, use ice. Every day, especially after the exercises, apply ice pack or ice bag wherever you have available. Put it on the affected area, hold for 10 to 20 minutes. You may want to avoid putting ice pack directly on the bare skin. You can use some towel or t-shirt to avoid frost bites. And don't forget about the rest. Resting is part of the training, and be persevere. Good luck.